Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is not a part of our daily Python masterclass. This is some other session, which is a sub part of loops. But here we will be practicing only patterns here. Like patterns are really important, and in many competitive exams or even your uni exams, these patterns they are really important. It because at the first we don't understand how to write patterns and all these nested loops. They might be confusing, but with more practice we will be more confident on how to solve these practice questions. So now we will practice some pattern questions, uh, so that you will understand and you can solve any pattern that is given to you. First we will do a pattern of this triangle, right angle triangle star pattern. Here here so here we have to make a pattern like this, and you have to take the number of lines from the user. So first we will take r and int input, and input we will take the input from the user. We will say enter the number of the rows here. Then we will apply loop for I in range from 1 to the r plus 1, and nested loop for j. This shows what to print in that row, and I will show the it indicates the row, and j what to print in that specific row. Here j in range I. Now we will print our star and then end. Good. I guess I have explained in the loops video also what does this end helped for. Then why do we use this end here? Because that will print in the same line. If we give space here, then it will print one star and then space and a star. But now we don't want any space, so just we are giving this quoted quotation marks, so that it will print the content in the same line without giving a next line. Now we will add 5 rows. So we got 5 row stars. If we give 10, we'll get this 10 row star. Now we'll move on to our second pattern, that is inverted triangle. How to do this inverted triangle? Uh, First we should take rows and then int input, sorry, int input. Here enter the number of rows, and for I in range, you have to take inverted, right? So this will make a reverse of it. From rows to 0 and you have to minus 1, and then j in range. Here I, for this you need to print the stars and end quotation marks, and then just print here. So here I'll let 5. See the same thing, it's inverted here. And now I'm not writing any pattern from now on. We will write the code. I'll say the name of it and check in the output the code will get. Then first copy the code, the pattern from the output, and then check the code, because it takes so much time for copying a pattern and also the code. Because if we do the both things, then we can cover only less number of patterns. So that's why. Now the next pattern is a number triangle. How to do this number triangle? It is in the same way, but we have numbers here instead of stars. Now enter the number of rows, and for I in range rows, we are not inverting here, so 1 rows and plus 1 here. Then for j in range I to I plus 1, we will print the j and here end, and then we will write the print. Now you can check, we will give 5. See, we got stars. See, we got numbers instead of the stars. And I guess we have studied how the nested loop works, so I'm just giving this code for the patterns just for the reference. Sorry, yeah. Then okay, here we will do a pattern for a same number triangle. Like first we will enter the number of rows first, then for I in range 1, then rows plus 1, and for j in range I, we have to print I and just end, then print. See here, if we give 5, see here in each row we get the same number. So this is a same number triangle. Like we'll get only that number for that entire row. Like for first row we'll get 1 time, for second row we'll get 2 times, for third row we'll get 3 for 3 times, and so on. Like the number of the row, the number and the number of the row, and the number of the times that number appears, everything is equal here. It seems like difficult by seeing that output, but doing these patterns are very easy once you get the logic, once you understand the logic, how to use the nested loop, and what I and j does, and how to take their proper range, and what to print, j to print or I to print, then you're definitely master in this pattern, in this pattern making. Then next we'll, okay, this is actually good. We'll make alphabet triangle. Here we'll take rows and input, enter the number of rows, then for I in range 1 rows plus 1, and for j in range I, you have to just print here. Okay, so I'll explain what is this. 1 second. char plus j, then you have to write this thing, and then print. That's it. So here so yeah, see, we get, instead of numbers, we get alphabets here, that is a b c d a b c d e. That's it. Like how did we get this? See, it's very simple. You have to know about the ASCII characters. Using the ASCII characters, a ASCII character, uh, like that, we can get these alphabets using this ASCII characters here. So that's how we got alphabets instead of numbers. We just use the CHR and this ASCII character. So we got the A because of its ASCII character. Now just comment this out. Let's move on to our next code. We have to make a full pyramid. We have to make a pyramid now. So I'll just take rows and input, enter the number of rows. Then for I in range rows, you have to print here a space first, then you have to multiply it with rows minus I minus 1. Yeah, I'll explain the code, don't worry. Then you also have to next print here the star, and you have to print the star 2 times of this star and plus 1. We'll run the code and check. I'll give 5. So this is a whole pyramid. So this is the logic behind it. First we have given a space, and how many spaces we have to give? That row minus the I value and minus 1. For example, it's the first row. Like number of rows, if there are 5 number of rows, we have to get that in perfect middle position here. So to get that, here there are 1 3 5 7 9. Here there are completely 9, and this first star should be in the middle. Here the first star should be in the middle. So here we have 4, here we have 4 spaces. So we have to leave 4 spaces in the starting and 4 spaces in the ending. How to do? Not don't you don't need to count the ending actually. You just need to count the starting point. You have to leave 4 spaces here. How to leave that 4 spaces? You have that means the 4 spaces remind by that 4 spaces we can understand that the row minus uh, the row, how many number of rows are there? 5. So we have to minus 4 spaces now, so we have to minus 1 from there. That space, how many spaces we should have? 5 minus I value, it started now from for I in range rows. They have given for I in range rows, for first value it will minus that first value from the number of the rows, and then it will minus 1, and it won't go to the next line, and next it will print star. How many times star? 2 into I plus 1. First I starts from 0, so that's why here the spaces are 5 in this example. 5 minus 0 minus 1, that means 4 spaces, and then it doesn't go to the next line because we used end, and in the next line we want 1 star. So here 2 into I plus 1, just like how we take the odd number 2 into n plus 1, the same way here we will get for 1 star, and in the second row we want to start the printing the stars from like the third position. Here first line from after the fourth position we want the star. Here after the third position we have to start printing the star. So third position means row minus I will take for a value 1, so 5 minus 1 and again minus 1, that means 3. It will give 3 spaces and it doesn't go to the next line because of this. And for star, 2 into 1 plus 1, that is 3, so it printed 3 stars, and again it goes to the next line. So in the same way it prints a pyramid. So understanding the pyramid is really important, because with this pyramid we can also do inverted pyramid, and sometimes they give a diamond to print. So you just have to use this full pyramid and the inverted pyramid to print a diamond. So I'll show about now we will see how to do a inverted pyramid. The rows input, just enter the number of rows, then for I in range rows you just need to print the space, and here first space into star number of times I, then I guess you can like by seeing this full pyramid, I guess you can plan how to do the inverted pyramid, and like how many spaces should we give, and after how many spaces the star should begin, and how many stars should be there. This is the only thing. Like 2 into our rows minus I, then minus 1. We will run this. We'll give 5 here. See, we got the inverted pyramid. For the first iteration, for the first loop, the I value is 0, so the spaces are 0 and it doesn't go to the next line because of this end. Now star, how many times we should print this star? We have to print the star the number of rows into 2 minus 1, because we have given a 5 rows here. So the number of rows minus the iteration, and the number of rows minus iteration into 2 minus 1. The number of rows here is 5, the iteration is 0, so 5 into 2 is 10, 10 minus 1 is 9. So in the first line you have 9 stars, and in the second line we have to give a space. For that, the next iteration is 1, so we have 1 space here, and here for the next iteration 1 rows minus 1, that is 4, 4 into 2 8, and 8 minus 1 7. You have to print the 7 because here we have given a space, and at the end also we have to reduce a star, so 7. And likewise all the rows. We will once print this whole at a time and check for the diamond. We'll get 5. See, we got a diamond here. Oh, like yeah, instead of 2 inputs we have taken 1 input here, so we got a diamond here. We will run it again. We will give a big number. Can it print 100? No, like we can't properly see it. Oh, that's dancing. Okay, we'll write some 10, maybe 10. We can see the 10. Okay, we'll check for 50. Okay, for 50, oh yeah, it can adjust. For 55, yeah, it still can adjust. No, it cannot adjust for this 55. So yeah, that's how we can make diamond using a normal pyramid, like upright pyramid, full pyramid, and an inverted pyramid. And yeah, next question was diamond. Yeah, use the same, just combine the 2 codes for a diamond. Next we want to print a hollow square. So first take the input, enter the size enter the size here, then for I in range rows, for J in range here also we are taking the rows because it will square, so it's the same. Then I equals to 0 here, or I equals to the rows and then minus 1, or j for this rows, or j equals to rows minus 1. Here print star end this here itself, and then else case we just need to print end here, and at the end just print. Okay, so I'll explain the code. First we will see the output. For 5 we got a hollow square here. Okay, for I in range rows, for j in range rows, we will take the same rows here. It starts from 0, right? So if I equals to 0 and j I equals to rows minus 1, so 5 minus 1, that is 4. If first case the I is 0, if the I is 0, then we have to print star and end. We have to like, we don't have to take new line, we have to print star. So we printed there, we have printed a star there, and again we are checking for 1. For j here, j will be 1 here, but I will still be 0 in this case also, so again a star. So again a star. Now it will print star there until it finishes the j, like until it finishes the number of times the rows input we have taken. Here we have taken 5 times, so from 0 to 5 it will, from obviously 5 will not be counted, from till 4 to, so till 0 to 4 5 times, right? So I will be 0 in all the cases. You don't need to check other cases because there is or here. So till all the 5 cases, you get 5 stars here. You won't go to the else case because obviously the first condition is true. Even if this is not true, there are so many, but yeah, first condition is true all the time, so that's why. And next condition, or actually the iteration stops here, so it go back to the outer loop. And now in the outer loop, the y value is 1, and in the j value is 0. So again we have printed a star here in the second line, and we are in the same line now because we didn't complete the whole iteration of j. Now we have j as 1. For j as 1 we have to print a space. Now j as 2, space. J as 3, again a space. For 1 2 3 space, again j as 4. J as 4 means the number of rows we have taken here is 5. 5 minus 1, 4. So in these conditions, one condition is getting true, so we will print a star. Again we'll go back to the outer loop. Here now again the I is 2 now, so again here the j also will be 2, obviously. Then again it will check all the rows, like whether I is 0 or j is 0 or not, everything. Then it will print a star, and again it will leave the spaces. Again after, at the end, it will print the star because of the mechanism here. Like if I is 0, this part, if this is 0, you will print whole line stars. And if row minus 1, just imagine row minus 1 means we will get the end parts here, and when that end parts will be 0, then we will get whole stars. If the end part is not 0, then we will get stars at the two ends of the square. If it's 0, then we will get all stars in the above and below. So that's how we will print our hollow square. Now one more important and a new thing, like many people may not even heard the name, that is Floyd's triangle. First we will take the input here, enter the number of rows here. Then we'll take the base value as 1, and for I in range 1 to rows plus 1, and for j in the range I, we have to just print the number, and that will end here, and we will also give a space for that. That means it will give space after printing one iteration. And here we will also give increment for every iteration and then print. See, here you can check, this is called as Floyd's triangle. It will print 1 in the first, and then it will get incremented like 2 3 in the next line, and third line, so 3 outputs, so in the next after 3 like 4 5 6 and 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15. You can create any number of these, like, yeah, hundreds, but okay, we can just create these many. Yeah, so it goes on like this. And one more thing you can check is, if you see the sum of first 5 numbers, that is 1 plus 2 3, 3 plus 3 6, 6 plus 4 10, 10 plus 5 is 15. So the last number we have here, it's the sum of first 5 natural numbers. Even you can see here, maybe the numbers are I guess wrong here. Yeah. Okay, the sum of first 100 natural numbers, that's 50. The the sum of first 20 natural numbers, that is to 10. The first of 10 natural numbers, that's 55. So this is called as Floyd's triangle. Now we will go to some different kind of question, that is hollow pyramid. We'll take enter the number of rows, then for I in range rows, and then we have to print stars. Sorry, you have to leave your place here for this. Yeah, you don't, that's wrong. You'll multiply it, and then you'll add this end, and then for j in the range 2 into I plus 1 here, if j equals to 0 or j equals to 2 into I here, or j I is equals to the number of rows minus 1, then you have to print star, and you have to be in the same line, else you will just print a space, but you'll still be on the same line, and at the end just print. Now run the code. Sorry, clear the terminal, run the code. So here, yeah, you can see there is a hollow pyramid. So So you can just go through this logic once, just as we did. Just we like here in every code before, we went through every line and we have decoded the logic. So just like that, you have to go through every line of the code and decode the logic. In this way you can solve any kind of pattern given to you. Palindrome, number pyramid, you have so many. Like you can have a hollow rectangle or an X pattern or left Pascal triangle, binary triangle. Okay, we'll check how to print a hollow rectangle here. We'll take rows, int input, sorry, int input, enter the number of rows, and next calls int input, enter the number of columns here. Sorry, okay, we have written in here, sorry. Then one thing, for I in range rows, for j in range columns, because it's the same like square, not the same like square, but there we have only one row only. Here we have rows and columns, because as you know they are different. Or I equals to the, not columns, rows only, minus, you have to take rows minus 1 here, or j can be 0, or j can be the calls minus 1. So it's same, but just that you have to write columns for I and sorry, rows for I, columns for j. That's it. That's the only difference here. Then else part, just print a space here and then end here. At the end you just need to print from here. Now run the code. I'll give 5 here. Okay, no, we'll have 3 and 5. Oh, that's good. Okay, we'll give maximum. We will make this kind of triangle. Oh, that's not even a triangle. Okay, we will increase our rows. Yeah, sorry, rectangle, not a triangle, I'm sorry, that's a rectangle. So here the logic is the same, it's the same. We just included columns here, and for I we have given rows, for j we have given columns. I guess we have, if you check the before question for square, it's the same logic. Just for I we have written rows, for j we have written columns, and same star. If not, then just need to give space there. So just practice, just understand the logic, just go through each line of the code for all the codes that we have written, like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. We have done with 11 questions. Just go through every line and just guess the logic. It's all mathematics at the end. I feel patterns are all like mathematics and logic. So yeah, you can do any kind of pattern once you understand the logic and mathematics behind these. So uh, that's it for today's lecture. uh, if you like this, just like and subscribe to the channel. You can share this to any friend who are interested in making patterns, because it's just the logic you need to remember, and you can crack this in any language, in any other language also. You just need to know the logic. So yeah, uh, we will meet you in our main Python master classes. Okay, so till then, happy coding.